Captain Lisa Morgan stood frozen as the alien vessel descended through Earth's atmosphere like a silver teardrop against the blue sky. The massive ship landed in the wheat fields outside Denver with barely a whisper of sound, leaving only bent stalks to mark its arrival. Lisa had been leading the first contact team for 3 years, preparing for this exact moment. But nothing could have readied her for what stepped out of that gleaming craft. The being was tall, nearly 7 feet, with armor that seemed to flow like liquid mercury over curves that were unmistakably feminine. The alien's helmet covered her entire head, leaving only hints of the face beneath. Lisa felt her heart racing as she approached with her small team of scientists and diplomats. The alien woman stood perfectly still, watching them with what seemed like curiosity, rather than hostility. When they were 20 feet apart, the alien raised one graceful hand and spoke in perfect English, though her voice carried musical tones that no human throat could produce. "I am Commander Zara of the Celestial Guard," she said. "I come seeking the one called the Defender of Worlds." Lisa blinked in confusion. No one by that title existed on Earth as far as she knew. She stepped forward, removing her own protective gear to show good faith. "I am Captain Lisa Morgan, representing Earth's United Defense Force," she replied. "We welcome you to our world." Commander Zara. The alien tilted her helmeted head, studying Lisa with an intensity that made her skin tingle. Then slowly, deliberately, Zara reached up and began to disengage the seals of her helmet. Lisa held her breath as the helmet lifted away, revealing the most beautiful face she had ever seen. Zara's skin was pale blue like moonlight, on water, with silver patterns that traced elegant lines across her cheekbones. Her eyes were large and luminous, shifting between violet and gold. Her hair flowed like liquid starlight, cascading over her shoulders. "Gorgeous," Lisa whispered before she could stop herself. Zara smiled, and the expression transformed her already stunning features into something that made Lisa's knees weak. But there was sadness in those otherworldly eyes. "You are not what I expected," Zara said, stepping closer. Her voice, now unfiltered by the helmet, was even more musical. "You humans are so much smaller than the legends claimed, yet there is something about you." Lisa found herself unable to look away from Zara's face. What legends, she managed to ask. "Long ago. Your people saved my homeworld from the shadow plague," Zara explained. "One human warrior led our combined fleets against an enemy that devoured entire star systems. The warrior was called the Defender of Worlds and promised to return when darkness threatened." Again, Lisa shook her head slowly. "That must have been centuries ago. We have no records of traveling to other worlds until very recently." Zara's expression grew troubled. "The darkness returns. Captain Morgan. The shadow plague has awakened and spreads across the galaxy, consuming everything in its path. My people sent me to find the Defender, believing your species held the key to victory once more." The weight of Zara's words settled over Lisa like a cold blanket. An ancient enemy threatening the galaxy and aliens looking to humanity for salvation? It seemed impossible, yet the beautiful being before her was clearly desperate. Lisa looked back at her team, who were recording everything with barely concealed excitement. Dr. Amy Foster, the team's xenobiologist, looked like she might faint from amazement, while linguist Kate Thompson was frantically taking notes. "What makes you think we can help?" Lisa asked. Turning back to Zara. "Because you are human," Zara replied, as if that explained everything. "Your species does not surrender. You fight when others flee. You protect when others abandon. You love when others hate. This is why the Defender succeeded where all others failed." Lisa felt a strange warmth in her chest at Zara's words. There was such conviction in the alien's voice, such faith in humanity's potential. It was both humbling and terrifying. "How long do we have?" Lisa asked. "The shadow plague moves slowly but inevitably." Zara said, "Perhaps 5 of your years before it reaches this sector. Maybe less, 5 years to somehow become the galactic defenders humanity was apparently destined to be." Lisa looked at Zara's beautiful face, seeing hope and fear warring in those violet gold eyes. "Will you help us learn?" Lisa asked. "Will you teach us What we need to know. Zara stepped even closer until Lisa could smell something like cinnamon and starlight on her skin. I was ordered to evaluate your species and report back, Zara said softly. But looking at you now, I believe I will. Stay, Lisa felt, her heart skip a beat. Stay, your people will need guidance to prepare for what is coming, Zara explained. And I find myself curious about humans, about you specifically. Captain Morgan, there is something about your species that calls to me. Lisa realized. She was staring into Zara's eyes again and forced herself to focus. What kind of preparation are we talking about? Technology first. Zara said, your weapons and ships are primitive, but your minds are adaptable. We can teach you to build vessels that travel between stars in days rather than years. We can show you energy weapons that can shatter asteroids. Dr. Foster stepped forward eagerly. Commander Zara, would you be willing to share your medical knowledge? Our diseases and biology might be quite different. Zara smiled at the eager scientist. Of course, Doctor, your species' resilience is legendary, but there are treatments and enhancements that could make you even stronger. Lisa felt hope beginning to bloom in her chest. Humanity had always been good at adapting, at learning from others. Perhaps they really could rise to meet this challenge. What about the shadow plague itself? Lisa asked. What exactly are we fighting? Zara's expression darkened. They are not alive as you understand life. They consume energy, matter, even time itself. They leave nothing behind but empty space where worlds once existed. Our best weapons barely slow them down. But the human defender found a way to stop them. Lisa prompted yes. Though the records are unclear about the method, Zara admitted. Something about human will. Human determination. Your species has a quality that disrupts their feeding process. We call it the inner fire. Lisa looked around at her team, seeing new determination in their faces. Kate Thompson stepped forward. Commander Zara, how many of your people are prepared to help us prepare? Zara considered the question. My ship carries 50 of my most trusted warriors and scientists. We have supplies and equipment to begin immediate upgrades to your technology. But we will need your governments to cooperate. Lisa nodded. I can arrange meetings with world leaders. We've been preparing for first contact for years. The infrastructure is in place. Good, Zara said. Then we begin, immediately. Every day, matters over. The following weeks, Lisa found herself working closely with Zara as they coordinated between human governments and the Celestial Guard. The alien commander was patient but firm in her guidance, helping humanity take its first real steps toward becoming a spacefaring civilization. Lisa discovered that Zara was not just beautiful but brilliant. Her understanding of physics and engineering far exceeded anything humans had achieved. Yet she never talked down to her human partners. She seemed genuinely fascinated by human ingenuity and creativity. One evening, as they worked late in the converted hangar that had become their joint headquarters, Lisa finally asked the question that had been bothering her. Zara, why did you really decide to stay? Was it just duty? Zara looked up from the holographic star charts they had been studying. Her luminous eyes met Lisa's and held them. At first, it was duty, she admitted. My people need to know if humans can truly become the defenders the galaxy needs. But now, she paused, reaching out to touch Lisa's hand with her own. Her skin was warm and soft, despite its alien hue. Now I stay because of you, Lisa Morgan. You embody everything we hope to find in humanity. Courage, compassion, determination. You make me believe that perhaps love really is humanity's greatest weapon. Lisa felt her breath catch as Zara moved closer. The alien woman's beauty was overwhelming, but it was the warmth in her eyes, the genuine affection that made Lisa's heart race. The shadow plague may be coming, Lisa said softly, but with you here, I think humanity has a real chance. Zara smiled, that radiant expression that never failed to take Lisa's breath away. Together we will prepare your people, she promised. And when the darkness comes, we will face it side by side. Lisa looked out at the night sky where Zara's ship rested among the stars, knowing that everything was about to change. Humanity was no longer alone in the universe, and somehow that made all the difference. The real work was just beginning, but with Zara by her side, Lisa believed they could accomplish anything, even saving the galaxy.